must-have Monday. This week's featured layout is April Graphic 45 Children's Hour. I guess that should be Graphic 45's April Children's Hour. Great colors. We did mix in a little bit of the Little Darlings paper, which was out a couple years ago. That's where that green and white print there in the very background pops in. And we added some yellows and peaches. Great color combination for the month of April. That is kit number P257. So pick up your kit and then you'll need the following tools. You will need a ruler, pair of scissors, glue dots, foam tape. I did use a file to curl my edges, and then we did use Close to My Heart's Buttercup ink to distress all your edges. Now all your edges will come distressed for you, so you'll notice that on the pockets and the tags. Everything that you see, all your journaling boxes are already distressed. But just in case you want to add a little extra distressing, if we didn't do it dark enough for you, just a light yellow is what we used. So grab your kit, again that's kit P257, and all your tools, and meet us back here in just a moment. Just press pause. Okay, when you first receive your kit, it will be packaged in a plastic envelope. If you divide that envelope in half where you see the two blue pieces of cardstock, everything to one side makes one page, everything to the other side makes this page. We are going to start with this page and then work our way that way. I went ahead and laid out everything that comes in the kit, and I have already glued together, so when you get ready to start, this blue, yellow, and then green piece. This is a Graphic 45 Cherished from the Little Darlings collection. I went ahead and glued those three pieces down, and I've already glued my photo mats. And if you need to turn those at some point, that's great. But as we start to put this together, there's nothing really complicated about it. I did put foam tape on the back of my stamps, and we'll be tying a knot bow at some point, and simply that is just literally tying a knot. And this ribbon is one-sided, so before you pull it, if you want the printed side to show, pull it that way. If you want the other side to show, you're going to wrap it a little differently to get it all one color. The best way to do that is to come through this way. When you go to pull that knot, flip that ribbon over. You're going to do the same on both, whether you want the print or the green. Just be careful which way you twist that ribbon in order to get whichever color you want. So it can be a green ribbon, or it can be the print, or it can be a combination of both, whichever one you want it to be. So just be careful when you go to tie that you pay attention, and make sure you get the way you want it before you pull it tight, and then we're just going to trim those edges. Everything else is already distressed. You will notice when I go to put this together that these are not going to be exactly equal with those because of where the April sits. If you want to move your April down so they're all flowing together, I understand I'm OCD, but I'm going to make mine a little off-centered just so I can put my April up here in the corner. So I'm going to build page 1, we'll pause, and then we'll build page 2. Okay, so just join along with me. It is going to speed up the video, so at any point you want to see something, just pause and rewind. Otherwise it'll come back to a normal speed when I finish page 1. Okay, my apologies. I did not realize the video stopped while we were in the middle of recording. So I'm just going to walk through what I did to put it together. So I think that you saw that the blue, yellow, and printed pieces were all already glued down, kind of like a photo mat. They're just 1/4 of an inch apart. I went ahead and glued all those down. Then the stripe, and you're going to do that on both sides. It's exactly the same. The blue, the yellow, the print, and then the polka dot stripe goes right down the center. I had gone ahead and glued together my yellow and orange photo mats. So if you want to glue all those together real quick, that would be the easiest way to do it. The next step I took after the polka dots was this printed piece here. You'll notice on both sides, it makes kind of a book opening, but this piece and your blue strip, I actually took the blue strip, glued it to the back of this before I then put the whole thing down. So the blue stripe glued to the back of the print, and then I put the print along with the blue stripe just flat down on my paper, and I brought it all the way to the edge. So the two pages kind of mirror each other in that way. Next, I would put down your photo mats. Once you place those, if you're going to put the April here at the top, place it first and then put your photo mats down. So once your photo mats are complete, that's pretty much the bottom layer of your pages. After that, it's just embellishing. So I put my 2 journaling cards down and then built up from those. I did put these borders down prior to gluing down my journaling cards because they tuck up underneath. Either that or just leave enough space that you can tuck them under. I just wanted to make sure I hid where they ended. They're not exactly the same on both sides. I layered them differently based on what I had to go on each page. This postage stamp, this piece, my April showers, and this tag are all popped up with some foam tape. I did curl on my edges usually using a file, a round file. I just curled those edges up. Again, I put glue or foam tape towards the center, leaving these so that I can, once I get them glued down, then I just curl those edges. That's the easiest way I found to do it. Everything's already distressed for you in the Buttercup ink from Close to My Heart. That is a retired product. Sorry, it's really just a light yellow and it just matched really well, so I used it. Other than that, I did use a glue dot underneath my ribbon bows. That ribbon does come print on one side, solid on the other, so when you go to tie that knot, whichever one you want to use, the green or the print, just make sure it's the way you want it before you pull it tight so you don't cause a crease in your ribbon. I did glue this piece down, so my journaling spot and my photo there facing up, then just embellished around it. If you have any questions, please feel free to call me or email me at Sherry@Scrapbooking.Life. Glad you joined us today. Sorry about the video mix-up, and hope you'll join us again next week for Must Have Monday.